So here we are in Europa Universalis 4, the strategy game by Paradox Interactive, and we're just going to change to political map mode. So we're going to play as Sweden. Our aim is going to be some colonization, and we're not going to try and conquer Europe, we'll just try and maintain some sort of balance of power. Sweden's one of the suggested starting nations for the beginning of the game, so I've chosen the earliest suggested start date, and we're going to see how it goes. Sweden starts under union with Denmark, which means that I think they have some sort of control over our capacity to do things. So we're going to have to be careful early on, try and get our way out of that political agreement, and try and get some freedom. There are a few local powers which are dangerous. I think Novgorod or Muscovy probably going to threaten our right flank. Obviously there's some powerful blocks in Eastern Europe, but generally I think they should fight each other. So Denmark's our local threat. I think we can handle Norway. So what we're going to do first, I guess we should check the messages. So we've got some revolts possible in Lapland. It's the middle of nowhere. We can convert provinces to our religion. How do we do that? How much does it cost to send a mission? We should probably send someone to bring peace to Lapland. It used up one of our missionaries. So I think that's how the system works. Generally it uses something else. It's been a while since I've played. Only played a little. So you can hire advisors. They can be quite expensive though. You get someone who gives us more stability. It's pretty good. Or more prestige. Maybe stability might be worth it. Yeah, I think we'll get him. So they're like great people. They give you special bonuses. So we can build some buildings. Forts aren't particularly useful, I think. So we'll let that pass for now. So our missions could be improve our prestige, solidify our papal relations, or achieve religious unity. Well, we're working on unity anyway, so I guess we'll go with achieve religious unity. Could hire a leader, but I don't think we need to. So we have a force limit. We should probably check how big that is. So we are allowed 13. That's quite small. Could have trouble dealing with the Danes if that's all we've got. Okay, I think we'll probably assemble our troops in one place if we can. I guess Stockholm will be our capital. Quick look at our fleets. So we've got 7 galleys and 4 transports, 3 light ships. I can't remember light ships that well. We probably don't need the transports, so we might want to offload them and build a larger ship. Let's combine these fleets. Then we'll want to create a new unit and transfer the ones we don't want. So the Bark's a light ship. I think galleys are good in inland seas, and I think the Baltic counts as an inland sea. So we might keep them for now. We don't need any transport ships at the moment. We'll build them when we finally start our colonization bid. So we'll select this, and then we'll expand it. We need to bring down our costs. And we should build a ship. And I think we'll build one of our large ships, actually. Oh, these give trade power. Interesting. Should probably work out what that means at some point. But I think a big warship might be useful. Though they are quite slow, so maybe we will just get a bark. Okay. So we'll take a look at technology. Ideas. We'll get a national idea at level 4. Almost there. So I think you pay in to level up in this. These will gradually go up. We can pay in to get them. So our international relations. Who will we want help from? Maybe we'll try and make friends with Bohemia. They might be close enough to Denmark to cause some trouble. Or maybe the trade people, the Hansa. I don't know if they like us. It might help our trade. Look at the trade map mode. Oh, okay. So the trade comes out of Muscovy. I guess that's near where St. Petersburg would be. So we've got someone collecting trade in the Baltic Sea, one of our merchants. You can't steer where you collect trade. And that comes from out of Danzig. So this is a big hub in Lübeck, I think. Don't think we have any spare merchants at the moment, actually. So we can't send anyone to collect that trade. Looks like we're collecting trade. It's being forwarded to Lübeck. Fair enough. Okay. So we'll go to the Hansa. And we'll work on getting them to like us. Since I want to improve our relations. Sorry. Who else do we need to improve relations with? I guess we might want to try and keep Novgorod off our back. And we need to get some tech to level up, but I guess we need to wait for that. Okay. And our army size, how much do we have left? So 10. We can have 3 more guys before we reach our force limit. Now generally in these games you can increase or decrease the spending on military maintenance. So we can bring that down temporarily to decrease the cost. I guess we will also hire some Latin knights. At the moment cavalry are significantly better than infantry. Then we can start the game. So these are the points we're gradually building up. Administrative, diplomatic and military. Mainly based on our leader. Got a little tab here. And we are making 5 a month it looks like, which is pretty good. Pretty good start. At the moment there's not much we can build. Could recruit more soldiers. Give it some time though. I'm building a ship. Oops, I want to speed it up slightly. Feels like I should just be able to move the dial, but it looks like you can't, so I'll just leave it alone. I think if Denmark declares wars, we'll have to follow them, but it's not the end of the world. Oh, got an event. At times when peasants experience harsh subjugation, some of them would turn against their landlords, demanding better treatment and conditions. So we can either lose legitimacy, or we'll lose some administrative power. Our legitimacy at the moment is actually going down, so I think we'll have to enforce serfdom for now. And then what we're going to need to do, well, we'll wait till our diplomats come back, or until we generate some more. Our fleet's definitely no match for Denmark's fleet. Looks pretty strong. Though I think 388. Probably 8 transports, which might be okay. Apparently that's part of Denmark, but it looks like it's part of us. It's a bit strange. Got peace at the moment though. We could pay to bring ourselves some stability to improve our legitimacy. That will cost us 92. We'll be able to do that soon. Stability helps various things, if you look. So it'll decrease revolt risk, increase our income, and you know, on the reverse, it would, if it went down, then we would get increased risk of revolt. So we want to boost stability when we can afford it. Sweden looks pretty solid early on. It's a big territory, most of the provinces are not valuable though. Oh, we can recruit another soldier now. Maintain our strength. Oh yeah, we wanted to boost stability. Should negative stability, it's positive though. It's a bit strange. Swedish peasants, they want lowered taxes in Lapland. Wow. Good luck with that. Oh, we can invest in a cardinal. So this system is you support a cardinal, and then if you're the person who supports the most, then they'll help really see. So generally it's best to go for someone young, I find, but it's quite hard to win. We'll see. It's not very eventful early on. But, you know, such is the nature of this sort of game. It's quite slow paced. Could build another ship, and we probably should. If I could work out how. Order another bark. Things are fairly peaceful. Keep an eye on our tech level. Where's that again? So I guess we quite want a national idea, but then again, which one of these is going to give us the biggest advantage? Possibly a marketplace and dock might improve our income. The national idea might, depending on which one we choose. How big is Denmark's army? 8 at the moment, so beatable. They have a lot more ships than us though. Oh, I thought all this territory was Denmark's not long ago, but I guess something strange is going on. We're not going to do anything for a bit until we've built up some military strength. Then we consider fighting with Denmark. Let's just check what building the forts would actually do for us. End of the year you always get a bit of a pause. So, it gives you increased local missionary strength, increased supply limit, and an improved fort. Improved fort just means it lasts longer if it gets attacked. So we could upgrade some. Ooh. So we could build... So where can we build this? Oh, it's marked here. So we can't build it in Lapland because the missionary is working now. I guess we could build one in Dalaskogan. Invest in that cardinal again. Who do we invest in? This one. 41 euros. Okay. Unfortunately, these guys already have quite a big advantage over us. The chances are we're not going to get anyone in. We could hire a military leader, I guess. Thought we said it would be free. Oh, whatever. We've got Magnus Alkmaar leading the First Army. Fortunately, if it does come to war, I'm not sure how much we can really do against Denmark. They're pretty strong. Oh, our income is going down, unfortunately. Probably need to get some sort of tech up soon. Not really gaining much. Don't really want to take a loan at the moment. Our fleet's not at sea, so we probably don't need that maintenance either. Keep our costs down. We can keep an eye on boosting this up, maybe. Which one is that? Administrative tech, though. Taking our time. Advisors change, sometimes you get some other people available. They're generally historical figures, I think. Or at least they used to be. Who are our rivals and enemies? Oh, we have no enemies, that's good, I guess. I guess our rival really is Denmark, but I don't want to increase antagonism by saying so. take a quick look at the army. It's 7,000 infantry, 2,000 cavalry. Should we buy another cavalry? It's very expensive. To guarantee that we would win. It's very slowly going up. Let's go to full speed. You see that England are fighting. Oh, wave of obscurantism. As a typical response to different kinds of problems, obscurantism was a frequent behaviour in most nations until the Age of Enlightenment arose in the most advanced Western nations of the European continent. I'm inclined to say knowledge is power. Revolt risk isn't that big a problem for us at the moment because we're largely at peace. We can't declare wars while we're in this personal union. So I think we'll just risk that. Increase risk, or else we lose prestige. We'll go with the increased risk. We can try and improve our stability a bit more. I don't know why it says lower stability. I'm finding that a bit annoying. Could bring harsh treatment to Lapland. Cost military power though. Oh, Muscovy have declared war on Novgorod. I don't think that's too much of a problem at the moment, unless they win, of course. Let's bring this down a bit, and let's just quickly check how our military is doing. Assemble that force, take a quick look. Our force limit is 13 out of 13, so that's full. We could have more ships though. But I think we'll save just temporarily as we work our way towards something good. Don't think we get any improvement in the ships for a while. Yeah, level 9. Level 5. Yeah, I think we've got some time. Yeah, stability should be positive. I don't know why this stability is taken from the leader Denmark. Maybe it's because Denmark has negative stability. Maybe that's the problem. Should we build another rampart? It does keep our territory safe on the occasion that we do get invaded from the east. So we'll start fortifying up. It used to be in the old game that each month you'd often have a negative income, and at the end of the year you would make it up, which was always quite entertaining. Ah, so we've got good relations with Novgorod, which is good. I don't know what I just chose actually. What did I just pick? Already at full. Yeah, that's fine. Just in case they lose, we might as well work on someone else. Alsace, that's another war. Maybe we'll work on good relations with England. We're still waiting for our diplomat to come back. Oh, he's come back. Could work on a royal marriage. Maybe it's worth doing. Oh, we're subject country still. Okay. We'll improve relations then. No harm in doing so. Yeah, looks like we'll probably get diplomatic tech up first. Are we building that ship? Did I order one? Maybe I didn't order one. Order a bark then. Let's try and get a quick look at the Danish Navy. Ooh. Okay, 1088. It's not that bad. Might be able to take that. But they do have smaller fleets scattered all over the place, it seems. Ah, so we improved our... I think we'll try and keep the Hansa on side though. They'll be our main allies. They're quite rich because of their merchant connections. Might be able to help us deal with Denmark when the time comes. Attacking them in the south. Ask them to support our independence and so on. So what will we get if we get the military tech? Get better tactics, better morale, which lets our warriors fight on. So, doesn't get any improvement in our supply limit to level 5, which is some way off still. Though we might not make a move for independence until then. All's quiet. So the quiet start to the campaign. Invest in the cardinal a bit. Which one's the one we voted for this time? Wow, we're well off the pace. Might have to start investing in another one. Not much we can do about the uncontested cause at the moment until we have the strength to challenge Denmark. They have 10,000 men, which isn't too good, to be honest. I'd like to tech up in something first, though maybe if they're going to tech up soon. Their military is level 3, which isn't that same as ours at the moment. Better relations over time. Oh. We converted the heretics of Lapland, so that's good. That means we've got the bonus for the mission. So we can try and improve our prestige, try and improve our paper relations, or spread our culture to Lapland. Trying to spread our culture to Lapland. It's good practice for our future ambitions. So how do we do that? 12 months, 25 diplomatic power. Probably worth it. Delaying our levelling up, unfortunately. Invest in our cardinal again. Could build a province improvement. Shall we build one? Osterboten. I'm just gradually fortifying the north against our fear of Russia. Well, what will become one day Russia. Guess we should build another event. Unhappiness amongst the peasantry again. Shall we rule as we see fit, or shall we bribe them? We'll try and improve their situation. Costs us all our money. It's unfortunate. But it keeps the peace, and I did spend a lot to get the stability up. There you go, our legitimacy is finally going up. Or rather, Denmark's is. Don't think we've got any more places for our missionary to go. So I'm not sure what we can tell him to do at the moment. Maybe we can send him to the... doesn't look like we can. Just keeping our eye on Denmark. They might declare war on someone. Build another warship, I suppose. So we're building up our navy. So ours is a 6-7. Denmark's is a... it's an 8 and a 1 there. So our navy could probably take theirs on at the moment, despite their superior numbers, because the cogs don't count for much. Well, I guess, yeah. They'll take some damage, and they do fire a few, so... could be a threat. A bit speedy along, though. Trying to level up. Guess we need this for our colonial range as well. Lapland has the culture we desire. Another successful mission. Accumulate money. 138. That might be worth doing. What do we get for it? Bit of prestige. Accumulate some money now. could take a little while. I guess it's something to do while we wait for everything to tech up. Keep an eye on events abroad. So we can't see the whole map yet, that only comes later in the game. Early on you can just see your sort of local area, the area of the world which you're sort of aware of. So what have we got out here? War of the Roses is going on. So I guess England's having a civil war at the same time as it's losing its territory to France. All well and good. Ottoman Empire still going strong. Got its buffer of states here. Austria's still reasonably small. Lithuania's pretty big. Yeah, pretty hefty. The Mamelukes still control Egypt. Castile hasn't dealt with Granada yet, but I guess they will. So new cardinals come, who's loyal to England because they invested the most. We only invested 35. There you go, that's the sort of thing which happens. So if we manage to take over Norway and Denmark, then we'll be able to form Scandinavia, which should be pretty good. This can be our Baltic fleet. We're currently saving up money. We won't be free for another reign, apparently. Oh well. Sort that another time. Plague. Epidemics in the early modern era were far deadlier than wars or even famine. Diseases that with modern medicine are relatively harmless, like smallpox or flu, took a heavy toll wherever they struck, especially among infants. I guess we should try and do something. It's going to cost us our mission for a while. I'm not sure if you lose more money that way or another way, but I'll just play it safe. Almost there. We'll make our bid for freedom as soon as we feel the situation warrants an effort. Maybe if we can edge ahead of them on tech or something. At the moment we do sort of have the protection of Denmark. I guess they're tapping into our wealth or something. And we have to follow through on all their wars. Gradually working our way up towards both objectives. Another event. Improve the capital. The glory of our capital has long been neglected. We now have an opportunity to improve the city and make it a beacon of cultural pride. This may prove costly, but there is an alternative solution. So we could lose manpower, or we could spend money. We might as well use the military because we don't need that manpower at the moment. And it'll gradually rebuild. Not sure who's winning in that Muscovy and Novgorod war. We'll probably never know. What should we get our diplomats to do now? Guess you could go and improve relations with the papacy, maybe? Could be worthwhile. How close are we now? We must be getting close. So at the moment, we need another 108. How much do we get per turn? Can't really tell. Oh, it's going to take a long time. Let's try and get our gold achievement at least. Always good to have a treasury. I mean, the war might drag on for a long time. It's a lot more peaceful playing on the outskirts of Europe, but, you know, less sneaky opportunities to grab a province as well. We're going to have a serious fight on our hands when we finally declare war on Denmark. Denmark's at war with East Frisia, means we're at war with East Frisia. We probably won't bother to help them, if I'm completely honest. Probably slow it down though. Get a new mission. Improve our prestige. That might be hard if I'm honest, but it's the only one available. Could build ramparts in Lapland or on our border. Let's get that border fort up. The next thing we need to do, maybe we'll recruit a big warship to be our flagship. So where is East Frisia? You can just search for places, I think. But we can also just click on it. So here we have Denmark, which controls us, basically. East Frisia. It's near the border, it looks like. They're going to be completely overwhelmed. But we want Denmark to strain themselves, and then eventually we'll turn on them. Army force limit, still quite high. It's peace for now though. Who should we invest in then? No one really seems worthwhile at the moment. I tend to get a bit put off by the papacy thing just because it's so hard to stay on top of it. You do get good bonuses if you do become papal controller, which means that you have a majority of the cardinals, I guess. Name the individual ships. So yeah, suggest names if you like. Or I could just name them after commentators or whatever. It's an amusing little fleet. Must be getting close now. Oh yeah, almost there. Maybe another year. We'll be ready. Guess we could build our last fort up in Lapland. That way all of our places have a reasonable amount of security. No economic buildings available to us at the moment. That's interesting, you do have weather effects. Ah. National epic. Our subjects have taken to telling tales and legends about an old ruler. The legend says that in Sweden's darkest hour he will return to the nation and deliver it from evil. Regardless of the truth of that statement, we should use that in our propaganda. Similar to sort of King Arthur stories, I guess, in England. So yes, I love a good story. It's not too expensive. Costs us a bit of our administrative tech. We're getting there. Ooh, does our naval maintenance go up? I thought it would go down. That doesn't seem good. I guess I get better at least. Come on. Just a little bit more. How's the war going? The Holy Roman Emperor could intercede on behalf of some of these guys, but it's unlikely. Hopefully we can get some war exhaustion out of Denmark here. Their war enthusiasm is high. I have the best stability out of these guys. It's surprising. A lot more men in our forces. Of course, they also are getting military tradition, which will make their army better. But if we can tire out the nation, even the strength of their army won't mean too much. what is the supply limit on these? 19, 24, 20. So if your army arrives over that limit, you take quite a lot of attrition damage. But we should be okay. Which is good. Check for advisors. Still nothing too interesting. Almost there with our diplomatic technology. Let's check how Denmark's is doing. Still level 3 at least. Overlord. Oh dear. How are our relations with the Hansa? What can we ask for? Ah, so the war's over. East Frisia is now a vassal of Denmark. Your new subject will drag you to war with Livonian Order and Teutonic Order. 15 aggressive expansions penalty. Ducats taken in the peace. Wow, that's pretty detailed. I do like the fact inflation is involved in the game. You don't get many strategy games where they consider inflation. So now we're at war with the Teutonic Order and Livonia. Fair enough. Teutonic Order is this here. It's made up of like created by some sort of crusader states which fought against the pagans in the north of Europe. Looks like they're going to get completely slaughtered. So we're at war again. But it's okay because we're essentially not paying any attention. We could roll our fleet out for some exercise. Might be worth giving it a go. For that we need to put up our navies like maintenance. Got our new shipbuilding. We might wait for that. The war might be over by then. We don't need the army maintenance at the moment though. We got any big warships in their fleet? I don't think they do. Okay. We'll go and take a look at what's going on. I think their main fleet's been sunk now, so can't really fight it. Means Denmark's fleet has been made a lot bigger. They probably can't support a much bigger navy than what they have. Almost there with our tech. Almost. So we'll call this one Lord Phoenix. Our flagship. Send our fleet to sea for like the first time. So 177. There's one big warship, one small warship, and 7 galleys. There's Denmark's fleet going the opposite direction. So 289. So that's 9 transports, means it can carry 9k men. It's a lot. I guess we'll just blockade. That'll be our value contribution. How close are we to our naval limit now, actually? One more. One more carrack. They're quite slow, though. And then we'll start teching up. Oh dear. Nobles ally with a foreign power. An ability that was not fully subjugated during this age. And nobles could and did strike independent alliances with foreign princes. I guess they will pay for their treachery. Got a move available for us against Denmark. Might come in useful. While the military is busy. I don't think we can declare war on them while they're at war, unfortunately. We're 49th rank in overall score. Solid. come on. Let's level up. Here we go. Can now build docks and marketplaces. So I guess that's where our next investments will be going. Then we might want to build an armory in our capital. I'm waiting for administrative tech at the same time. Come on, how long is this war going to take? I guess Teutonic Order has quite a large territory. They are being helped by the Livonian Order. So it might not be the easiest war of all time. But you know, at least we're managing to stay out of it. For the most part. Could decrease our land maintenance. I don't know if that's profitable though, if I'm honest. Could go for our prestige. Probably not worth it though. So we can build. So the marketplace gives us 1 trade power. The dock only gives us 0.3. So we get some marketplace. Just trying to work out which one of these actually. I think because it's an absolute value add, I guess it doesn't make much difference. Things are fairly peaceful though. So this is a look at the empire, which is currently this part. So in theory, the nations that are contained within it can be protected by the emperor, who at the moment is Austria. But it's normally not as cohesive as that. I mean, this does balance out the power of France, which often becomes like the almighty, unstoppable blob on the continent. See, it's already reclaimed all that territory off England, and then it will reclaim each of these provinces which have separated out. So that's interesting. Good to keep an eye on. At the moment though, everything looks okay. Could sail back and pick up our the Laxon. What should we call that? Oh, we kept up again. This time we can get a national idea. Okay. Allows another group of ideas. So now we can go to our ideas. And what we can do, so we get a free slot. We can pick from these. Okay. So at the moment, what do we want? Wow, so many options, I really don't know. I mean, in the long term we want exploration, but at the moment we're not going to be fighting that sort of war. We could get quality. We could get quantity. It looks to me like quality might be a better move for us. Though we'd immediately be able to make a move for more men. Maybe we should just get started with the exploration. Could be a long time before we can exploit it though, that being the problem. Economics is always good. Administration is good. Let's just get economic. It's a solid option. And next we'll make a move on the colonial ideas. Not sure what we have to do to actually get to the next level of the Swedish ideas. I guess we'll find out. Given time. So it's going to be a long war. That's all well and good for us. Can build another marketplace. We probably will. working on improving our economy a bit. So you see these red lines where you can march your armies between them if there's no fleet. So we can march to there, but the Danish fleet will probably stop us. Well, almost certainly will stop us. So we'll get our next level of military soon. It's worth checking. So Denmark are a bit ahead of us on military because they've already leveled up. The National Bank is doing very poorly, finding it hard to lend to reliable people. Tell the bank to lend to slightly less reliable people. We could lose 138 ducats. Guess we're going to have to accept the inflation for now. Okay, it costs administrative power to reduce inflation. Take a look at that. Had a bit of a jump in inflation there, 3%. It's not ideal. Detached blockade. Ah, got the military tech. Oh, and then our things do level up. So what's our option? Take a look at that. So now, we could choose to get halberd infantry, but they're not really any better. So we won't. Let's get that diplomat back. Maybe we'll start sounding out the Hansa for Let's see what they'd be willing to do. So we can ask the Hansa for support for our independence. I thought I asked to bring that diplomat back. What's he doing? He returns on the 14th. Okay, I'll be back soon. So let's ask for support for independence from the Hansa. That's good. Does anyone else like us? Will England support us? At the moment they don't want to. They won't support us, so I guess we need to work on our relations with Novgorod next. It's going to be interesting. We're going to have our freedom at some point. Got a treaty with the Hansa. Who else could help us? Bohemia, maybe? Nope, they don't like us. I think we need to work on someone's liking for us. Novgorod a bet. Should at least keep them from attacking us. Should we rest for the cardinal? Not really worth it. Get that inflation down. It's always good to control your economy. Get more force limits? No. Okay. As of late, more and more people are requesting representative national institutions. So I can either stay the state is me, or give them what they want, which will lose me administrative, diplomatic and military power. Guess we'll give them what they want though. It's only a temporary loss. Let's build a market. There's our mighty fleet, the Baltic fleet. Keeping the Germans at bay. Well, they are Prussians, so they're basically German. They'll support our independence. So that's the south of Denmark we got support from. Maybe the Saxons will give us some support. Well, we'll see how improving our relations goes. This war is dragging on forever. I'm gonna pause it. Hopefully that'll lead to us white piecing sooner. So, I guess we'll recall that diplomat. Would they support our independence? So no. So what's the reason they won't support our independence? Maybe they just don't like us enough? Should we improve our relations again? Guess we should. A truce is expiring with East Frisia. This war is going against Denmark, which is good. There we go, we have peace. Denmark pays 40 ducats. Okay. So the support of the Hansa. Denmark's armies are not in Denmark. So we can try and force the battle now, I suppose. Trying to ramp up our military spending again. Prepare for war. This could be the make or break moment, I guess. We have the support of the Hansa, who might be able to help. Just wait for morale to get up. Oh, I don't think I can declare war until I have a diplomat again. So I guess I should recall my diplomat from the Hansa. Who's willing to help us? Oh, we can ask Teutonic Order for support. That could be well worth it. Come on, it's taking too long. Who else might give us support for independence? Livonia. Basically, we're trying to find everyone who hates Denmark and ask them to help us. They don't want to accept Will Norway support our request for independence? No, because they are a subject nation. Does Pomeria dislike? No. Does Lüneburg dislike them? Alright. Want independence? They allied with Lithuania and Muscovy. Who will help me? I'll get them and the Hansa. Oh, we're gonna try it anyway. You know, need must as the devil drives. Or maybe we'll leave that for next time actually. Yeah. There you go. So here we are. Not much has happened. Europa Universalis. So here we are in Europa Universalis 4, the strategy game by Paradox Interactive, and we're just going to change to political map mode. So we're going to play as Sweden. Our aim's going to be some colonization, and we're not going to try and conquer Europe, we'll just try and maintain some sort of balance of power. Sweden's one of the suggested starting nations for the beginning of the game, so I've chosen the earliest date, earliest suggested start date, and we're going to see how it goes. Sweden starts under union with Denmark, which means that I think they have some sort of control over our capacity to do things. So we're going to have to be careful early on, try and get our way out of that political agreement, and try and get some freedom. There are a few local powers which are dangerous. I think Novgorod or Muscovy probably going to threaten our right flank. Obviously there's some powerful blocks in Eastern Europe, but generally I think they should fight each other. So Denmark's our local threat. I think we can handle Norway. So what we're going to do first, I guess we should check the messages. So we've got some revolts possible in Lapland. It's the middle of nowhere. We can convert provinces to our religion. How do we do that? How much does it cost to send a mission? Wish maybe we will just get a bark. Okay. So we take a look at technology. Ideas. We'll get a national idea at level 4. Almost there. So I think you pay in to level up in this. These will gradually go up. We can pay in to get them. So our international relations. Who we want help from? Maybe we'll try and make friends with Bohemia. They might be close enough to Denmark to cause some trouble. Or maybe the trade people, the Hansa. I don't know if they like us. It might help our trade. Look at the trade map mode. Oh, okay. So the trade comes out of Muscovy. I guess that's near where St. Petersburg would be. So we've got someone collecting trade in the Baltic Sea, one of our merchants. You can't steer where you collect trade. And that comes from out of Danzig. So this is a big hub in Lübeck, I think. Don't think we have any spare merchants at the moment. I guess Stockholm is our capital. Look at our fleets. So we've got 7 galleys and 4 transports, 3 light ships. I can't remember light ships that well. We probably don't need the transports, so we might want to offload them and build a larger ship. Let's combine these fleets. Then we want to create a new unit and transfer the ones we don't want. So the Bark's a light ship. I think galleys are good in inland seas, and I think the Baltic counts as an inland sea. So we might keep them for now. We don't need any transport ships at the moment. We'll build them when we finally start our colonization bid. So we'll select this, and then we'll expand it. We need to bring down our costs. And we should build a ship. And I think we'll build one of our large ships, actually. These give trade power. Interesting. Should probably work out what that means at some point. But I think a big warship might be useful. Though they are quite slow, essentially. So we can't send anyone to collect that trade. Looks like we're collecting trade. It's being forwarded to Lübeck. Fair enough. Okay. So we'll go to the Hansa. And we'll work on getting them to like us. Since I want to improve our relations. Sorry. Who else do we need to improve relations with? I guess we might want to try and keep Novgorod off our back. need to get some tech to level up, but I guess we need to wait for that. Okay. And our army size, how much do we have left? So 10. We can have 3 more guys before we reach our force limit. Now generally in these games you can increase or decrease the spending on military maintenance. So we probably send someone to bring peace to Lapland. It used up one of our missionaries, so I think that's how the system works. Generally it uses something else. It's been a while since I've played. Only played a little. So you can hire advisors. They can be quite expensive though. You get someone who gives us more stability. It's pretty good. Or more prestige. Maybe stability might be worth it. Yeah, I think we'll get him. So they're like great people. They give you special bonuses. So we can build some buildings. Forts aren't particularly useful, I think. So we'll let that pass for now. So our missions could be improve our prestige, solidify our papal relations, or achieve religious unity. Well, we're working on unity anyway, so I guess we'll go with achieve religious unity. Could hire a leader, but I don't think we need to. So we have a force limit. We should probably check how big that is. So we are allowed 13. That's quite small. Could have trouble dealing with the Danes if that's all we've got. Okay, I think we'll probably assemble our troops in one place if we can.